The silence can feel overwhelming. Have you ever prayed and felt like your words were just bouncing off the ceiling? You ask, you cry, you beg God for an answer, but all you get in return is silence. You might be asking, God, do you even hear me? Have you forgotten me? Why aren't you answering my prayers? The silence can feel heavy, can feel like God is distant, like he's not listening. But let me tell you something that will change your perspective. God's silence does not mean he's absent. Just because you can't hear him doesn't mean he's not working. In fact, the silence is often a sign that something greater is happening behind the scenes. Why does God allow silence? There are three main reasons why God sometimes remains silent. God's silence is a test of faith. It's easy to trust God when everything is going well, when prayers are answered quickly, and when doors open without resistance. But real faith is believing in God even when you don't hear his voice. Look at Abraham. God promised him a son, but he waited 25 years before Isaac was born. Look at Joseph. He was given a dream at 17 but spent 13 years in slavery and prison before stepping into his destiny. Look at Job. He lost everything: his family, his wealth, his health. And in his suffering, God was silent for a time. But they all had one thing in common. They did not give up on God. Even when they couldn't see the answer, they held on. Even when they felt abandoned, they trusted him. And in the end, God proved faithful. If you're in a season where God is silent, he's testing your faith to make it stronger. God's silence is a time of preparation sometimes. God is silent because he's preparing you for something greater. Before Jesus began his ministry, he spent 30 years in obscurity. No miracles, no public preaching. Before Moses led Israel out of Egypt, he spent 40 years in the wilderness as a shepherd. Before David became king, he spent years running and hiding from Saul. Why? Because preparation takes time. God is not just interested in giving you a blessing. He's preparing you to handle the blessing. Imagine if David had become king immediately after being anointed. He wouldn't have been ready. He had to go through battles, challenges, and tests before he could step into his destiny. Maybe that's what's happening with you. You're not forgotten. You're in training. God's silence is an invitation to draw closer to him in the silence. We have two choices. We can pull away from God in frustration, or we can press in deeper and seek him more. God's silence is not rejection. It's an invitation. He wants you to come closer. Think about this. When a teacher is silent during a test, does it mean the teacher isn't there? No. The teacher is watching to see if the students will apply what they have learned. God does the same. When he is silent, he is watching. Will you still trust him? Will you still pray? Will you still worship? God says in Jeremiah 29 verse 13, "You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart." The silence is an opportunity to go deeper, to seek him not just for what he can do, but for who he is. What should you do when God is silent? So what do you do when God isn't answering? 1. Keep praying even when you don't hear anything. Keep talking to God. Prayer isn't just about getting answers. It's about building a relationship. Daniel prayed for 21 days before an angel finally arrived with an answer. But the angel told him that the answer was on its way from the very first day he prayed. Daniel 10 verse 12. Your answer might already be on the way. Keep praying. Keep trusting God may be silent, but he is still in control. Imagine a seed planted in the soil. You don't see anything happening for a while, but underground, the roots are growing. Your faith is the same. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean nothing is happening. Trust the process. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." 3. Keep worshiping. Paul and Silas were in prison, beaten, chained, and in pain. But instead of complaining, they did something powerful. They worshiped. And what happened? God sent an earthquake and broke their chains. Sometimes the answer to silence is praise. Worship brings breakthrough. Your answer is coming. If you're in a season of silence, hold on. God hasn't forgotten you. Your prayers are not being ignored. Jesus says, "Sometimes I put you in places alone because I need you to realize that you do not need anybody but me." Don't worry about your future. You have me, and I will guide you. Trust me, I did not forget about you. My timing is just different from yours. Stay positive and trust that everything is working out for your good. Have faith even if you think you can't do it. You know that I can do all things. God is working in the silence. Your breakthrough is coming. Keep praying, keep trusting, keep believing.